So today we are going to go through one of our platforms. We have currently developed three platforms, and today's topics will be the SaxoInvestor platform. And we have a little agenda here, um, where we will start slowly and move further up in pace afterwards. We'll go through the basics, such as how to log in, fund your account, withdraw money from your account, but also we'll go into the more technical part of it, how to place a trade, different types of order types we can use in the platform. We'll also do some show you how to find inspiration, some statistics, some inspiration from how to build your portfolio in SaxoInvestor. We also have the different tools in the platform, which we at least find very useful when you are going to build your portfolio and how to filter your your investments. And here we have some important information. This webinar is, of course, for educational and informational purposes. We'll not do any pure recommendations into what to buy or sell in this webinar. This is more of a technical aspect of it to show you how you can do it.
Perfect.
And I will continue with a short introduction on myself. My name is Matthias Herzenberg. I work together with Alex here in our Copenhagen office, where I handle most of our Nordic clients, excluding Denmark. So, Norway, Sweden, etc.
And myself, as Matthias said, we work together. My name is Alexander Knudsen. Both Matthias and I have been here for more than 3 years currently, and help our clients, help educate our clients, help activate our clients, and make sure that they have a good time in the bank. Let's say it like that. So one of the things that we wanted to inform you guys on is that you will be able to ask questions throughout the webinar if the question is super relevant in terms of what or where we are in the platform walkthrough. Matthias will interrupt gently and say, Alex, I have a quick question for you to answer. And if not, then we will have 10 minutes at the end of the platform walkthrough where we will go through questions, and there will also be a QR code at the end of the webinar, which we hopefully can advise you guys to scan with your iPhone and just answer it's a very short amount of questions, 4 or 5 questions. What did you like about the webinar? What did you not like, and so forth? Was it too long? Was it too short? I think we should get started with the platform walkthrough. So I'll just switch it over here and we'll go here. So what some of you listening at the moment, you don't have an account with Saxo Bank. You've just signed up because of international marketing through LinkedIn or so forth. If you want to open up an account after the webinar on saxobank.com or home.saxo, there is also or always an open up an account button in the top right corner. It's super easy. A couple of questions to answer and you will get your account. When you log in to Saxo Bank, as Matthias mentioned, we have 3 platforms. We have SaxoInvestor, which we will be going through today, SaxoTraderGo, which is a bit more in-depth platform, and at least but not last, SaxoTraderPro, which is a program that you download down to your computer, mostly needed or advised to use by day traders who really need to be able to access 6 different screens to have as much access as possible. When we log into the SaxoInvestor platform, I'll just go full screen here. Does everything look okay, Matthias?
All good.
Perfect.
Yes, perfect.
It is a platform which is our newest platform, available to the international markets. We started off with the SaxoTraderGo platform, which it lies in the name, TraderGo. You are able to do pretty much everything on the SaxoTraderGo platform. We figured that a lot of our clients currently they don't need all the access tools that they are on the TraderGo platform. They just need to be able to log in, see their performance overview, and be able to trade or place an order in cash products such as stocks or ETFs or bond or mutual funds. So we made a more easy accessible platform for those type of clients. So what is actually on this platform? Well, we still have a lot of news, inspiration. You can still place trades into 4 of the different products that we have on the platform. So as you can be able to see in the middle of the platform here, it says stocks, ETFs, mutual funds, and bonds. Those are the products you'll be able to trade or invest in through the SaxoInvestor platform. Important to notice is that if you log in on the Saxo Trader platform or the SaxoInvestor platform, those platforms are correlated. They work together. So if you fund your account, you'll be able to see the money on both platforms. If you make a trade on one platform, you'll be able to see it on another as well. When you log into your account, before you can get started with anything, you would probably need to put some money into your account. So in the top right corner of the SaxoInvestor platform, there's a small person icon up here. If you click on that one, you'll be able to choose deposit funds, and then it gives you 3 opportunities: quick payment, bank transfer, or a credit card transfer. Bank transfer is the easiest way, in my opinion. You will get a registration number and a bank account number that you can make a deposit to. And if you have a dollar account or a euro account or are set up anywhere else than Denmark throughout the world, it will give you an IBAN and a SWIFT code as well to make international transfers. Should you want to withdraw money from your account, super easy as well. Very see-through here in Saxo. There's a withdrawal. And should you want to make a portfolio transfer to Saxo Bank to possibly save some costs so that you don't have to sell all your stocks, move up the cash and invest in them again, maybe for tax benefits as well, you are able to make a portfolio transfer into Saxo with an incoming transfer request or an outgoing transfer request should you want to change bank. Here you type in the name of your bank, a contact person, contact email, and confirm that all details are okay, and we'll send a request to the other bank saying that, hey, we have a mutual client who wants to transfer their portfolio over to us. Please make sure that this happens. It takes a couple of weeks, but the end result is really good. When you have cash on your account, you maybe don't know what to invest in. And as Matthias said in the beginning of the webinar, we don't do advising here in Saxo. We don't tell people when to trade something or what to trade, but we do still give a lot of information to all of our clients because we want to inspire them to have, or to, let's say, have the possibility of diversifying their portfolio as much as possible, not just being stuck on one section of investing that they might know something about. So in the top, let's say middle to left corner of the platform up here, we have the logo, then it says portfolio, markets, discover, and services. We'll briefly go over markets, discover, and services here now, as this is where you will find inspiration on the platform. We're on markets at the moment. It shows you news, first of all, shows you the different product types. It also shows you the best gainers and losers of the country that you are resident in, most popular in that country, and also in general, just most popular global wise. Different kind of global news here, different kind of products. Everything is very broad, I would say, on this markets platform. If you want to go further into depth with that platform, you are able to segment it up in the top left corner to possibly US or to Europe or to Asia. That's looking at the indices up here. If you want to look at a certain or specific product, you can choose, okay, I only want to see stocks. So if I click on stocks, shows me the index of Denmark at the moment where we are sitting. You'll be able to choose United States, Europe, or Asia. It changes super quickly. And what also changes is the best performers out here in the right side, sorry, and the worst performers as well. Most popular gainers last month, so forth, but also some of the most relevant sectors that are in this country or specific region. And that's where some of the more specific inspiration topics come in. So you might have some knowledge on or want to invest in a specific theme of stocks. So what we would recommend to do is that you go on the discovery page, and here you have a more, let's say, in-depth view of different topics or investment themes. You will also be able to see future webinars. There's a familiar picture here with Matthias and my own face on it. In 2 weeks, we will host the same type of webinar as this on the SaxoTraderGo platform with two of Matthias and I's colleagues, Caroline and Magnus. And we have also more in-depth webinars from our strategic analysts. For example, Kim here, who's talking about market analysis from one of the Saxo's technical experts, how to build a portfolio and so forth. Many, many, many different webinars here to come. And we certainly hope that you will listen to more than just one, as they are really helpful. Looking into investment themes, it could be that you have a lot of different stocks in your market, but you've heard from some of your friends or reports that you've read that there is a lot of talk about green transformation in the market currently. Everyone wants to be green. Everyone thinks that it's the way to go in this world, and you think, okay, maybe this wave is something that I need to go and look into as well. But you have no idea what stocks are classified as green transformation stocks. Well, we've made a investment theme called Green Transformation. If you click on that one, you will get a larger list of stocks to view. And there's a small text here as well, basically describing what green transformation stocks is. That's one of the themes that we give you. If you click on discovery as well here again, there could be an investment theme called top performing sustainable ETFs in 2023. Click on that one. Again, it gives you a list on ETFs that are performing within the sustainable sector. So now you've probably made some ideas of what to invest in. If you haven't, or if you want to be more specific in your searches, we have a filter list as well on the platform. So if you are under, for example, markets, you click on stocks, and you are under the best performers within Europe, you'll be able to see up here in the top right corner and say see all. If I click see all, I get directly pushed into what we call our filter list. And this filter list is filtered from stocks, primary listing, and it is the best performing stocks. If you want to change this list in any sort of way, you can of course sort it by here it's sorted on percentage one day. That's percentage increase on one day. You'll be able to sort that going from best to worst. You can see Banco Bilbao here, 1.65% up today. That's the best performing stock. Worst performing stock, HSBC Holding, 7.46% down. But if you're a really long time investor, looking at a 1 day percentage increase or decrease is probably not the best thing for you to do. So what you would perhaps look at is 1 year percentage, which is further here over to the right. Again, you can sort it 65% up Novo Nordisk. That's a Danish company. We're really happy for that. And worst performing, Bayer AG, 51% down. Further looking into this, there are three horizontal dots up here. If you click on that one and press manage columns, you'll be able to change anything that you like to see here. Could be you want to see 6 months, press the plus icon and draw it up to wherever you want to be. Cross it out, and now we see 6 months. So that's some of the things that you can do. Another thing that you can do on the screener tool is if you click on the filter list up here, you will be able to sort it even more because we have more than 60,000 things to invest in through Saxo. 60,000 is a lot when you only need probably 10. So you could be able to filter it down. Let's say you only want to see Danish. So maybe you go into Nasdaq OMX Copenhagen. I search for COPE, shorter for Copenhagen. Click on that one. Okay, now we're only looking at one of the best performing large European shares. That's Novo Nordisk. Should you want to look into, that could be Milano, same thing goes. MIL, and we have 3 more. You can search this in many different ways for different ratings. What does the analyst say? Do you have a buy recommendation for this? Well, there's only one stock on the Milano index through this list that has a buy rating. So those are some of the things that you can do to look into the filter lists. Let's say now you've gained a lot of inspiration, you've looked at our news, and you've figured, okay, what I want to be invested in is a Danish company looking into the wind energy sector. You think you want to invest into Vestas, large Danish company, which we've also previously done a webinar with. I think the CEO of Vestas, Henrik, I think his name is. He was here in Saxo and made a webinar together with one of our analysts. If you go into Vestas, you search for in the top right corner, you'll be directly pointed into the graph. You can see an overview. You can change the overview if you want to see it all time, year to date, 5 years, 3 years, 3 months, and so forth, to get some more in-depth inspiration. Oh, sorry, just go away from this. Some of you might want to go more in depth than just looking at the graph and saying, oh, well, it looks to be going up. I want to invest it in as well. Some of you might be looking into the more fundamental numbers here. That could be earnings per share. It could be price book value. It could be the dividend yield, if there were any, volatility within the last 30 days. Maybe looking into the more financial parts. What's the revenue stream? What's the EBITDA? What's the total assets? Price over sales, and so forth. If you are a client of Saxo and like to look more depth into your investments, or really look into depth of the numbers, or a graph where you can use certain different indicators to place more, let's say, daily trades, I and Matthias as well would recommend that you use our SaxoTraderGo platform. Whereas if you want to make a more of a long-term portfolio or don't need to look into the numbers, then the SaxoInvestor platform is really good. Again, let's go back to Vestas here, and we've agreed on, well, we think that Vestas is the right thing to do here. We'll press on buy here in the top right corner. Now I'll show you how easy it is to make a trade on this platform. Pressing on buy, it shows me a trade ticket in the middle of the platform. From the trade ticket here, I can see, or I can change 3 different things. To what account I'm buying this from. Some of you might have more than one account with Saxo. Some of you might have a Danish kroner account, and then also a euro account, and then also a dollar account. Well, Saxo systems are set up to, if you're buying a stock that is nominated into dollars, if you have a dollar account, then it recommends that you buy it on the dollar account, because then you basically don't have to exchange your money, where there is a small fee of 0.25% in exchange fees. Here, I basically am trading a Danish kroner stock. It says up here where I'm highlighting it DKK. So of course it's recommending that I use my DKK main account here. As you can see, I also have a euro and a dollar account here on this demo account. So if we were to look at a euro account, it would have chosen my euro account for me. So here we'll stay on the Danish kroner account. Second thing that we can change is the type of order that we want to make, type of trade. You can, on the investor platform, you can only choose between 2 different types of orders, a market and a limit. And I'll explain those in short second or two. If you were to be on our SaxoTraderGo platform, there are many different types of orders that you could use, many more specific order types. So if you're looking for a specific order type, such as a iceberg strategy or a stop loss order type, use the SaxoTraderGo platform. If you only need a market or a limit, which I'll tell you what it means, you can easily just do it through the SaxoInvestor platform. So what is a market order and what is a limit order? Well, a market order, then you're basically telling Saxo, I want to buy this stock, certain amount of shares in this stock for the best possible price that you can find in the market. So if I press market, let's say do 1 share and press buy, then you're sending a signal to Saxo systems that says, go out and find 1 share in Vestas at the best possible price in the market. Sometimes though, our clients, they don't want to buy at the current market price. For example, here Tesla or Vestas, sorry, we can see that it's trading at a price of 184 Danish kroner. But looking at the monthly graph here, you can see that there has been a bit of a downtrend the last 14 days ish. So you might have read a report, or you might know something from one of your friends who's telling you, well, I think looking from the financial reports of Vestas, that they might have to come a bit further down before it's going to go up again. So you might only want to pay 176 Danish kroner for a Vestas share, or for how many Vestas shares you want to trade. Well, that's where the limit order comes in. So if we press buy again, and at type here, we choose limit, there comes another factor up here. Now we're able to change the price that we want to pay for our shares. So if we take in 2 Vestas shares here, and the price that I am willing to pay for Vestas shares is 173 Danish kroner. This means that I will only want to pay 173 Danish kroner for this share. If the price is anything above that, I will not be buying it. If it comes down to 173, then Saxo will know now's the time to let this demo account buy its shares. You can also change the duration of the order. Is it a day order? Do you want to make a specific date that this order runs towards, or runs out at some point, or it's just a GTC, which basically means it's just running forever. Let's just make it as a run forever thing. If I press buy here, it comes up with a confirmation order. When I confirm this, it says I want to buy 2 shares, limit order, at a price of 173 Danish kroner. And what are the trade fees? Well, don't look into this here, because this is a demo account, so the prices are a bit skewed, not screwed. And what's the nominal value of the 2 shares that I'm buying? Well, that's 146 Danish kroner. If I press confirm here, I should get a notification in the top right side of this screen. Notification 1, order placed. You placed an order to buy 2 Vestas shares at 173.22. Okay, so now we have an order lying. So in the top left of the platform, go to portfolio. Then currently we're seeing the overview. There is one just to the right of that says orders. If I press on this one, should show me that I have an order lying here to buy 2 Vestas shares. Let's just say that there's gone a week or 2 and I've gotten impatient. Vestas is not coming down to the price where I thought it was, and maybe it's even starting to increase. And actually now I just want to be invested, because I'm a long term, and maybe I've changed my mind that those 10 Danish kroner, they won't actually make the big difference in the long run, because I believe that Vestas will go much higher. So I can cancel my order. Cancel order. It's going to give me a confirmation. And if I search for Vestas up here again, press buy. Now I've changed my mind. I do not want to make a limit order. I just want a regular market order when I get into the market. So again, 2 shares If you don't want to do the calculations yourself, you'll also be able to press the small calculator over here on the side and explain the system how many Danish kroner you want to invest in. Let's say 400, and it's going to show me that 400 Danish kroner will give me a chance to buy 2 shares. Apply it. If I press buy now, again, confirmation window will come up. And if I confirm it, now there should be 2 notifications in the top right corner. Market placed and a market confirmation. Order placed and a trade confirmation. So one of the things Saxo is doing really well is how fast we're able to execute these orders. Our systems are super fast. So now we know that we currently own 2 Vestas shares. How can we see this? Again, going to portfolio here in the top left corner, changing the view from orders over to overview. And in our portfolio now, we can see some of the previous stocks that this demo account has bought. And we can also see Vestas, the bottom one down here. And what it currently shows us is, well, Vestas, we have an open position. It's long, which basically means we're earning money when Vestas is increasing in value, in share value. What's the currency? Danish kroner. How many have we bought? 2. What's the price that we bought these for? Well, the best price in the market was 184.3. And what's the current price? Well, it's 184.36. So we've actually already earned 0.02%, which is basically 0 krona because we also paid some money to buy the share. That hopefully makes sense to you. Matthias, a quick follow-up question here, because now I've explained how to fund your account. I've explained how to find some inspiration on the account. I have explained how to make a trade, how to view the trade, and the 2 different orders. Is there anything obvious that you think that I should just go through?
Perhaps something. It is perhaps the same idea, but perhaps something on how to screen for ETFs.
Yeah.
Could be. I know a lot of our clients are struggling with finding the right ETF. So
Yeah.
perhaps put on some filters and find an ETF that we want to put a trade in.
Okay, that's a really good idea. We'll do that. Go over to the platform again here. We'll go to markets. Now, because we're only searching for ETFs, I'll choose ETFs here. And why is it that you want to invest in an ETF? Well, basically you gain an exposure to quite a large section of shares or bonds, and you're only paying a very little fee for this. So let's say some ETFs, they have an exposure to, let's say, 100 different shares in the exchange traded fund. So instead of you having to go out and buy 100 different shares, you only need to buy 1 ETF. So you're basically just paying the commission for 1 ETF instead of paying commission for 100 different shares, which is, if you haven't calculated it already, way cheaper for you. So that's more to you and less to the bank, but it's a very clever product. Let's go to the platform again here. So what's the first thing that it's showing us here? Well, it's showing us that there are, I'd say, a categorization of 2 different types of ETFs. That are stock ETFs and there are bond ETFs. Stock ETFs, of course, includes different stocks. Bond ETFs includes different bonds. Usually very low risk. Stocks ETF, higher risk, as stocks are always calculated as high risk. You don't really differentiate between, let's say, Tesla and a stock that has been earning 2% or gaining 2% every year for the last 20 years, where Tesla is going up 50%, 100% every year. It doesn't categorize between those 2. Everything is filed under one box, which is high risk. So there are different things here to look out for. There are many different types of ETFs. There are different providers of ETFs. iShares is one of the ETFs. That's BlackRock, as most of you knows it. And Amundi is also one of them. Vanguard has a lot of ETFs. HSBC has some ETFs, and so forth. There are different types of exchange-traded funds, and there aren't really any who aren't any providers who are worse than others. They just feel as if they are, or there is a need in the market for a fund that has this exposure. Well, okay, we'll make it and we'll list it. Some of you may not know what ETFs is, and now you've heard that it's way cheaper than buying 100 different shares. So, of course, we have some articles down at the bottom of this page to learn about ETFs. What is an ETF? Busting 5 myths of ETFs. Well, that sounds very clickable. I have no idea what's in that, but sounds good. Advantages of ETFs, larger exposure for fewer money, risks of ETF, and what is an ETF. Many different here, as you can see. Should you want to explore all ETFs, do our screener tool. Press here. And again, now we're in the filter list. One thing that Matthias and I should mention here is that some of the ETFs here, there are a small triangle out from. The small triangle means that something has not been provided from the ETF provider, which means that you are not able to trade the ETF currently. Another thing that could do so that you cannot invest in an ETF is that if it's an US based ETF. So there's a rule or a law in Europe that says if you're a European investor, you should always know what it is that you're investing in. And every ETF, every exchange traded fund has to have what is called a key information document. And the key information document basically states what's in the ETF, what's the purpose of the ETF, and what's the performance of the ETF, and how much does it cost to be invested in ETF. US-based ETFs. Over in the US, the providers, they have some sort of a belief that says, well, this is available on our website. There's no need for us to send this information to all of the banks. People can just go online and figure it out themselves. In Europe, they say, well, if the provider does not provide this key information document, we won't allow the investor to invest in it, as it may increase the risk of you investing in something that you don't know what is. So you can only invest in ETFs that has a key information document. This, for example, has one, iShares Edge MSCI World Factor. Open the, I won't open it because then it will screw up my view here. But going back to the total screener tool, let's do to the filter list here. If we go click on that one, it could be that you think, okay, I see there are some stars over here to the right side. 4 stars definitely sounds better than 2 stars, even though I do not know what it is. So, but I can see that it says Morningstar rating. Morningstar, a large, capital management company. They rate all ETFs. So let's say, okay, we want to sort after Morningstar ratings that are only 4-star and 5 stars. Okay, we still have more than 250 ETFs here. Okay, I want to list out all US ETF. Okay, let's say issuers here. Okay, I like the idea of iShares, which Alexander just mentioned. I like the idea of HSBC, which Alexander also mentioned. So I'll click some of these off. Probably not Hong Kong. Okay, now we have 120 left. Big start. Okay, there are a lot of problems with these ETFs, I can see. Probably not. Oh, sorry. Let's remove iShares from the list. HSBC. We'll move this. We'll do something else. Let's do exchanges. Exchanges are good, because then we can sort, so we don't have any US exchanges on the list here. So we can do Milano. Okay, now we're looking at Milano. Maybe you want to look at MSCI emerging markets. A lot of people are investing in emerging markets because they believe that they have a very large future when we have some more money put into those countries. Go into it. If you think that it's a really good investment for you, but you might not want to invest in it at the moment, there's a small star up here to the left of the buy button. If you click on that one, you can add it to a watch list. Add it to watch list. Maybe I want to add it to my ETF watch list. If you then want to go back to a watch list as you've created previously, up here in the top left corner, there's a small star again here, a filled out star. Click on that one, and you can find your different watch lists here. I have many different watch lists. Popular products, EV stocks, electric vehicle stocks. I like to collect and gather different things that I look at. So it's always super easy for me to have a quick view of how the different categories are doing. The one that says my watch list again here. A lot of different things. Last thing I think that I need to mention is, of course, you can do the same thing with mutual funds. Of course, you can do the same thing with bonds. Things that could be relevant with bonds is, when exploring them through the screener list, is to look at if it's a corporate or government bond. That's a really quick way to sort out more than half of the bonds. And if you're looking at your portfolio overview, you see your overview, you see your 1-day return, how much your account is valued at, how much cash you have on the account. I think an important thing to see as well is the performance specter of the portfolio overview, where you will be able to see year-to-date basis, 1 year, 1 month, 1 week. How is it that my portfolio is doing? And if you look at it all-time based, it loads up. Oops. See, once there was a lot of money on this account, went very well. And it's gone up and down, and you can always see what's your profit/loss breakdown. So I can see, for example, on FX, a product that is not available on this platform, I've lost 800 Danish kroner. In this case, I know I was the one that made those trades on the platform back then on this demo account. That was to hedge something. And so basically, some of our investors, some of our clients, they notice that they have a very large exposure into one currency. It could be that you have 100% of your investments placed into US dollars, but you hear some news or you read some news that the US dollar might decrease in value over the next couple of months, which basically means that if your stocks that you're invested in increase, let's say 10% in value, but the dollar decreases 10% in value, then net, you're zero. So some of our clients like to take this risk of the currency out of their investments. So you can use FX to do that. There's also CFDs, contract for difference, which you can trade on our SaxoTraderGo platform, stocks, ETFs, and mutual funds here. So definitely on this demo called What's Doing Best is definitely the regular stocks. Matthias, is there a couple of questions that we should go through? Because I think I don't really have any more to go through on the platform. Maybe you could also show that you will also always be able to find help on our platform. There's a small question mark here in the top right corner. Will you be able to ask for help? If you go through this, you can write an email to us. You can chat with our service department. You can make cases. You can call into the service department as well, and they can help you answer your questions.
Yeah, we have a few questions, and please, of course, feel free to send them in now. Also, when we are sort of finished with the technical part, send them in. But I saw some questions, a couple of ones regarding the filters you can put on, and to be very short, you can put on a lot of filters on how to know and find the investments. And I believe the best way to see that is to go in and log into the platform yourself and see it, because there are a lot of different filters you can put on.
Yeah, just showing it as I showed here, all of these
Mm,
are the descriptive filters. Then there are also the fundamental filters. There are also the
yeah.
technical filters. Um, descriptors, filters. I mean, looking at
Mm,
industries here, there are so many different industries. Okay, I only want to see stocks that has something to do with cannabis dispensary. Well, now you know that on the entirety of Saxo's platforms, there are 7 stocks that has something to do with cannabis. They are all here.
yes. And also, I saw some questions, especially from someone from the Netherlands, regarding, hey, this doesn't work on my platform, and etc. And perhaps I know specifically for the Netherlands, but there are some countries that we operate in that have different requirements. For example, in the Netherlands, some products are not available for trading, and we are of course following every regulations in the countries we operate in. So that's why sometimes it doesn't work in the that country, but in that case, please feel free to call us or send us a message, and we'll explain it to you. But it's, yeah, that's why some countries are different than others.
Is there
Yeah,
anything else?
it's a good question here.
Yeah.
Regarding the live pricing on stocks and the price of that, and that depends on the exchange you are, exchange you want, and what kind of data you want. Perhaps this is a question for a SaxoTraderGo platform
You
webinar instead.
yeah, you are actually able to do it on the investor platform. If you are up
Mm.
here in the top right corner on the person icon, if you then go down to subscribe to market data, and you are able to see
Mhm.
all of the different things that you can subscribe to here. Live prices is basically okay. You're seeing in real time how the price of the stock is, or the ETF, or whatever it is moving up and down. All of the prices on Saxo's platform are, or definitely on stocks, they are 15-minute late, and it will show you that they are. It will show you that it's 15 minutes late. Up here on the, when we're looking at Vestas here, you can see the price of it says 13:29, basically 1 p.m. and 29 minutes over that. Over here on the right side, it says 15 minutes delayed as well. If you want this in real time, you are able to subscribe to market data, find the specific exchange that you're looking at. For Vestas, that would be the Copenhagen, Stockholm, Helsinki exchange. As you can see, it costs €7. If you make 4 trades on the Copenhagen, Stockholm, Helsinki exchange after you've subscribed to real-time data, you will get your money funded back, refunded. And 4 trades could be buy, 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 buy. It could be sell, 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 sell. It could be buy, sell, buy, sell. But it has to be within that exchange. And this is not the same for corporate clients. For corporate clients, it's a bit more expensive, and you actually won't be able to get your money refunded, even though you make 10, 20, 30 trades. And this is all something that Saxo pays to the specific exchange. So when we're saying for a private person that it costs €7, well, then it's because we have to pay €7 to the Copenhagen exchange. And of course, we don't do that for free, but we then say if the client shows initiative and actually makes the trade on this, well, then we feel that it's a win-win situation where both the client gets something out of it and we get something out of it. The clients, of course, get something out of it because they're having real-time prices, which can help them make more trades based on the prices. And Saxo gains something for it because we, of course, make our money from commissions, from trade fees. But again, as Matthias also mentioned, you can look into live prices on futures and options as well. And most of our clients that use lifetime prices, they use it because they make a lot of trades. And well, making a lot of trades, I would naturally, as Matthias said, make the transfer over to the SaxoTraderGo platform, as it is
Yeah.
built to make more trades, and it's built to give you the exact information that you need to be able to make those trades, studying the graphs even more in depth.
Mhm. The one thing we can mention is that, of course, if you place that trade, you will get the best price in the market right now if you do it in a market order. And if you then have, for example, another tool outside of Saxo Bank where you subscribe to market data, then of course you don't need to subscribe it with us as well. You will definitely get the live pricing, even though you're using another provider than us.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, so basically, even though the price that you see on the Saxos platform
Mhm.
is 15 minutes delayed, if you make a trade, of course you don't get the price, which is 15 minutes delay. You get the real-time price. So there are some internet providers that give out this lifetime pricing for free. That could be Yahoo Finance, for example. If
Mhm.
you go on Yahoo Finance and search for stock, you will find the lifetime pricing. That's just an honest answer from Matthias and I there, I think.
Mm.
Um,
Yes. So
there are some questions regarding, or I feel like some of you might have questions into how much is it that it actually costs to be a client at Saxo. One of the things that I wanted to mention here is some of you might not have noticed that we lowered our prices a lot recently. We used to have different prices for the different markets being different countries than we operate in. So there were different prices from Danish clients to Norwegian clients to Dutch clients to Australian clients, and now we've made it unified into one, which is super nice, I would say.
mhm.
Um, and the prices that we're competing with, definitely in Denmark, when we're seeing our competitors here, we are quite a lot of road ahead in terms of their pricing, especially on ETFs, on the European stocks or the European exchanges. Sorry,
Yeah.
when most times our lowest or highest price is better than their lowest price.
Yeah, so to sum that up, it's a very good place to get the international exposure for cheap penny, to trade in Asia or in the United States. From experience pretty cheap to do it with us compared to our competitors.
Yeah, so I think the last thing that we should go to is the QR code here. We can talk about it
Yep.
if there is any questions um, still in the chat that you think we should go through. David just responded quickly to the thing we said about the unified pricing. He said that it was a bit too expensive for him before, but now he's super happy with it. That's perfect. Thanks for that, David. So I've just put up a QR code here on the screen. If some of you have the time, I hope that you
We
do.
we cannot see it.
You cannot see it. Now you can see it.
Now you can see it. Yes, yes,
Now you can see
perfect.
it, exactly. Pull up your iPhone or Android, just go into the camera and just put the camera on top of it. You should be able to press the QR code super quickly. There are, as we mentioned in the start of the webinar, 5 super easy questions. If you think it was okay, if we think we covered the things that you wanted to cover, if you liked it, what could be improved, take 2 to 3 minutes and just we really appreciate it, because it makes both Matthias and I's job much easier the next time we're hosting one of these webinars. If all of you say that, well, we spent way too much time on this or way little time on that, well, then we know what to look at the next time. Because this is, of course, our way of, well, of course, helping all of our clients, but it also concludes, or basically, if there's 500 people listening to this webinar, this is 500 phone conversations that are basically saved. 500 conversations that me and Matthias are not having, because we're able to satisfy your questions through this webinar. So we, of course, we really want to make use, and we really want these webinars to work, because it is a super good way to reach out to your clients and help them in the best way possible. And that's also why we're doing so many different types of webinars, looking at bonds, stocks, portfolio management, ESG, geared investments, FX, options, anything here.
Mhm.
Do you have
And
anything that you want to finish off with, Matthias?
yeah, one thing is that perhaps some of you thought this was very good. Some of you thought this was too simple. Then in Wednesday in 2 weeks, as Alex mentioned earlier, two colleagues of us, Magnus and Carline, will have a new webinar on the other platform we have, which is a bit more technical. So perhaps that one is worth checking out if that's something for you.
I'll just show it up here. If you go into our website, there is the button Inspiration. Click on Inspiration. There is Events and Webinars, upcoming events and webinars. And here is Magnus and Caroline, how to use SaxoTraderGo like a pro. And they will go more into depth with graphs and technical analysis, not pro technical analysis because everyone has to be able to follow, but they'll definitely cover the most important things. And if you don't want to wait the next 2 weeks, scroll down at the bottom of this page. Here you'll be able to see previous webinars, and there are many hundreds of webinars here laying how to
Mhm.
get started with investing. If you click on the play button here, it automatically shows up the webinar and you can listen to that straight away. If there is a webinar that had a PowerPoint to it as well, you can press visit page, and it should, if there was a PowerPoint, it should give you the PowerPoint as well. It should give you the possibility of seeing it again. Perfect.
I think that was it. If there's
Yeah,
any questions in the last minute, shoot them. And otherwise, I think we covered it.
yeah, I think we did.
Perfect.
Perfect. Let's do it. Let's end it. Thank you everyone for listening, and have
Thank
a
you,
nice
guys.
day. Bye.
Goodbye.